This kind comes out only by prayer and fasting. We're going to read some verses from the Gospel of Mark. And when he came, that is Jesus, to the disciples, he saw a great multitude around them, and scribes disputing with them. Immediately when they saw him, so the scribes and the disciples, all the people were greatly amazed, and running to him, greeted him. And he asked the scribes, "What are you discussing with them? As what are you arguing about with my disciples?" Then one of the crowd answered and said, "Teacher, I brought you my son, who has a mute spirit." Now, let's not go blaming deaf, mute, other disabilities and so on evil spirits. It's not necessarily the case. It may happen, but let's not go blaming on all that every time. Verse 18, and wherever it seizes him, it throws him down. He foams at the mouth, gnashes his teeth, and becomes rigid. So I spoke to your disciples that they should cast it out, but they could not. He answered him and said, O faithless generation, how long shall I be with you? How long shall I bear with you? Bring him to me. Then they brought him to him. And when he saw him, immediately the spirit convulsed him, and he fell on the ground and wallowed, foaming at the mouth. So he asked his father, how long has this been happening to him? And he said, from childhood. And often he has thrown him both into the fire and into the water to destroy him. But if you can do anything, have compassion on us and help us. I'm just going to stop here for a second. The evil one comes to kill and destroy, but Christ comes to give life. Back to the passage, verse 23. Jesus said to him, if you can believe, all things are possible to him who believes. Now, that does not mean you're going to get whatever you want. Verse 24. Immediately the father of the child cried out and said with tears, Lord, I believe. Help my unbelief. When Jesus saw that the people came running together, he rebuked the unclean spirit, saying to it, deaf and dumb spirit, I command you, come out of him and enter him no more. Then the spirit cried out, convulsed him greatly, and came out of him, and he became as one dead, so that many said, he is dead. But Jesus took him by the hand and lifted him up, and he arose. And when he had come into the house, his disciples asked him privately, why could we not cast it out? So he said to them, this kind can come out by nothing but prayer and fasting. So it is the reading of the Word of God. Pray that you be blessed this day.